so disrespectful. That's what you said. That's what you wrote. They're disrespectful, Renee. Sometimes they are. You know, it's not always the stepmama's fault. Sometimes it's the biological mother and the father's fault. But what is it? I mean, you don't want to give up your man. I heard you. I don't want to give up my man because he's over here temporarily. Yeah, she's over here temporarily, but they're bad. You know, I cuss mine out. I scream at him. Yeah, and I argue with him too. I argue with him because he can't say nothing. He sits there and smile, or he gonna whisper, "Don't do that." And then she's gonna say something smart back, and then he looks and he smiles, and he looks at the both of us and say, "Y'all get along." Amen. Y'all know it. So what do you do? What do you do? Give me some information. What do you do when you're dealing with this rude stepchild and they don't want to listen to you for whatever reason it is? Yeah, not all the time they're fighting against their parents, yet they'll come and give you hell. I've had one, I had a letter that said, I had one that had the nerve to come into the house and drink out the pitcher. They drink out the juice jars. I do this at home. And the daddy does the same thing. Now, oh my God, that's just terrible. You got the daddy drinking out of the pitcher jar too? Yeah, he's drinking out of it. So the baby's drinking out of it. It's not babies, they're teenagers. Now, you used to drinking after the daddy because that's kind of sexy to you, right? But to have that old son come up in there, he's 15, 16 years old, you don't know what he's been doing with his mouth too? No, now, we're going to have to get a separate pitcher jar. Give you some, write it. Sons, stepdaughters, but not parents. Write it on the jar. This one is not to be touched. But what happens when he said, mine is empty, I'm going to taste daddy's. And daddy's, he's cool, copacetic, a house full of nasty folks. Yeah, he's going to say, okay, I don't have any more. I'm going to get some of my sons. You still kissing the same daddy. He's not caring whether or not he's drinking after his son. Amen. Y'all know it. He could care less whether or not that son got the goodies or the coochies or whatever he might have on his lips. He said, that's my son. We're like that at times. Now, I don't like a double dipping. Well, I'm not going to say that because we eat that. We double dip all the time. Yeah. The children and I. See, a lot of folks don't like that. We don't. That's children. But we're talking about being in the house now because they're not. And then they come in and a lot of them come out from playing basketball or whatever and they go into the hands just as nasty. And you never see them wash their hands and they go in the refrigerator. And have you seen those boys that have teenagers and they come out and put the food on the table and they eat it and we're going to save it for later and go stick it back in the refrigerator. Don't stick it back in the refrigerator. It's especially cereal. Why would you stick a bowl of cereal back in? It's gonna be soggy. You're not gonna, boy, you know you're not gonna go back in there and eat that. Get that bowl of cereal. That's good milk. Just pour it back in your own little container and hide it up under your room bed. You can go back in there later and that's the same thing. Soggy cereals. Ugh. It's not good. Amen. Y'all know it. It's just the milk alone goes bad because all those little particles are. And then your little ones coming in, they don't know no better. Mom, some cereal. There's no more milk left. Oh, well, I'm going to use Tony's milk. Don't leave that in the refrigerator. Amen. And listen, y'all. If you're taking medication, I know I'm getting a little bit off the subject because you go people's house, and I'm not going to say no name, but certain ones have to add juice to their medication. So they pre-stir it. Pre-stirring medication and juice. Don't that get old? I think that gets old. Can you do that? Can you pre-stir your medication in your juices? And then you put the juices in the refrigerator and everyone think it's regular juice. You have down here taking an overdose off somebody else's medicine. Amen. Amen. Don't put that junk. Well, Mama always does it. That way I can just go in there and pour me a glass of juice. You're not at Mama's house, son. Please don't put that in there. I'm serious. Even with a tag. I'm serious when you have other children in the home. Don't do that. That's a major medical emergency. Don't do that. 911, stay next door because we're going to need you. Children are in the home. They can't read. Yeah. But you have stepchildren and they would do that to you. Yes. They would do whatever they do at mama's house. Y'all know it. And daddy, he don't have the common sense to say no because that's the way mama does it. Especially when you have these mamas that just does everything for their children. And you don't want to do it anyway, stepmamas. Y'all know it because that's not your child. Amen. 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 Y'all know y'all have little girls that y'all prissy up and y'all see y'all stepdaughters and you want your girls to feel like, they're the ugly stepsisters. Yeah, because they're looking all pretty. And you treat that other one like that's not mine. Your mama should have done it before you came to the house. Yeah, that's what you told your girlfriend. Her mama should have done that. He pays child support. She comes over here and expecting some money too. We give our part. We not give. And you would tell him that, baby, she should bring some extra clothing over here. And those of us who are mothers,